Okay, we're in the forest. We're going stick hunting. Why are we going stick hunting? Because I have another prop idea that I'm doing. I am making a fantasy-style bow, and my idiot ass thought, how can I make this even more difficult for myself? Yeah, I'm going to be carving it. Wood carving for the first time. So come with me while we find the perfect shaped stick. Let's go! Right, so we're going to try and like snap this one off for the stick. So I'm thinking if we... Oh, this is way stronger than I thought it was. Right, let's... Okay, we could be cooking, because like, this is pretty curved. If I can curve this bit off, I don't want to snap it too much. I'm just thinking, okay, we could be looking well, because this could be a nice little bit on the end. We just maybe cut this bit off. We just you know. Oh, we could be cooking. Right, a little bit of a pointy end. Got to get rid of the pointy end. Okay. Though I can do this. I know I should have brought a knife or a blade out, but you know, thinking. Okay, potentially. Right. Stick number one, okay? Stick number one. I'm going to keep going until we find the perfect one. This might be it, but we'll see, okay? Baz! Oh, this is perfect! This is like the perfect...
Have you tested it?
Just 2 weeks. Yeah!
You shall not pass.
You shall not pass. Right, let's see if we break this tool. Potentially thinking this one here. Okay, I mean, that's cool, but it's not quite thick enough for me to be able to carve, I don't think. But I am thinking maybe this curved bit here could work. Seems... Okay, we could potentially be looking at something here. Thinking like that's pretty curved. I mean, we have gone buggered that a bit. Cause this bit is so we need to like. But even then, like, it might be a bit on the thin side, but it does look curved. So I think if we carve it and potentially let it dry out, oil it up, potentially. My only issue is I think this side might be a bit thin. This is where a lot of the curve is. So I will decide later whether this is going to be on it. But for now, this is potential stick number 2. So I think we're looking like a bow now. We're pretty bow shaped. Got some decent strength to it. So I think next candidate. Sweet, we've got 2 candidates. This one and this one. All comes down to, again, one end's a bit thin on this side again, but it's less thin than this one. So, I mean, honestly, this looks bow shaped. You know, a nice little wood elven bow. I think we're good. Right, I think this is the one that I'm going to be choosing. It's very much like, you know, not traditional bow shape, but definitely, you know, sort of the shape you would see in some sort of fantasy D&D RPG type thing. Definitely sure this looks like the same, like, yeah, you got the straight shape. Definitely some bows like this in Skyrim, I'm telling you. So I think this is the one we're going off for. I'm just going to get a bunch of similar size, thickness sticks to take home and make them into arrows, but I need to put like foam on the tips of them because Comic Con rules and it's got to be safe. Right, it's time to sand down the bow stick. Good old bow stick. I want to make sure that the ends here, you know, everywhere isn't pointy and horrible and potentially dangerous to a mass crowd of people that I could potentially poke in the eye. So let's get to sanding down. Okay, so just sanding down this point here, which is in the middle of it. I've also sanded down the actual like shaft of it, as well as the end and the little knobbly bits on the side. Just smooth them out a little bit to help with carving and painting. And I'm just doing, as I said, the points at the moment, because if you see this, you know, if that hits somebody in the middle of the crowd, it could be a problem. So getting them sorted, and then, yeah, we'll get back when we're all finished. Okay. Okay, sanding is complete. Let me turn you round. I have completed the sanding. All the edges are smoothed out and they're not super pointy to the tip, so it shouldn't harm anybody. So far, we're good. We'll do carving tomorrow, I think. Okay, so for the next part of the project, I need to order some linseed oil for protection. I need to coat it onto the bow, so I'm just going to order that. Okay, we'll see when it gets here. Bow stick! It's time to oil it up, because we're not carving it today, because I realise there's a bunch of stuff I want to put on it, but any carvings or any details won't be seen. So I'm going to be doing all the details on the decorations that go on it. So we've got to put this on this, and then leave it to dry for 24 hours, and then do it again, something like that. So I guess we did it. Right, can you put you down? Before you ask, yes, I am in my bathroom. It's the only place I can actually like feasibly keep the stick when it's drying. I've got to let this dry for 24 hours and reapply 2 to 3 times. And I don't really want to get oil everywhere, but like the bathroom's fine, and it's got to be in a fairly warm place. My bathroom's the only real warm place because my heating is shit. Currently, there's no radiator in the front room because they took it down and then put it back up. Anyway, you're not here for me rambling on. You're here for me doing this. I think. You might not be here at all, but who gives a damn? Mind all the spots and the walls. I haven't got around to decorating the bathroom yet, and I've just moved in. Well, not just moved in. I've been here for a while now, but I haven't quite got to this yet. Right, so, supposedly, supposed to rub in a bit of this oil to a clean cloth. So I've got a clean cloth. I'm going to open the damn thing for... Oh, it's child lock. Clearly, I'm a child if I cannot unlock it. Right. Is it going to be... cool. So I think we just... This plus... Oh no, let me double it up actually. I don't know. Okay. Comes out pretty well, so... Oh, did not mean to do that. Right, it's definitely oily. And I'm supposed to just rub it in. Mind this being, you know, thingy. It's probably, deal with it the best way you could possibly rub this in. I'm supposed to just give it a nice rub. All the way. In the power of editing, you'll probably see it when it's done because the rest of this will probably be quite boring. Alright, okay, we've finished layer number 1. We just leave it 24 hours and editing, all that sort of bollocks, you'll see it in a minute. So we'll crack on with layer number 2 in a minute. Hi guys, bow sticks back. Let's do this. So we're going to be running through the fake vine today. Not quite sure how I'm going to put it on it, so we will figure that out. I think I was thinking maybe just have it as like where you would grip it, you know, where you'd hold it here, but I don't know, I think it'll be a bit off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it spiraling around both ends, this side and this side, leaving this blank for some other stuff, and then in between those spirals, I'm going to have some ribbon and stuff to make it kind of look a bit more fantasy. But we're going to crack on with that. First off, I've got to figure out how I'm going to put this on there. I've got some super glue. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try and use some super glue to put on there first. And then super glue, hot glue to put on there first, because it'll probably just stick a little easier. But then I'll probably use some hot glue just to, what's the word? Reinforce it. So yeah, first off, we're just going to figure this out, wrap this around, and see how it looks. So, time lapse. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking to begin with. I don't know if potentially if not enough, I might maybe put them a bit closer together. So that's what I'm looking like at the moment. I'm going to go back through it. I'm going to run it back and do some more in between each gap and see how I feel about that, see which one I prefer, and then we'll probably get to gluing. Okay, so this is what it's looking like with that extra curl going back, and to be fair, I think this is going to be what I'm going to be doing. I quite like this, I quite enjoy this, so I think I'm going to be doing this. Now it's just gluing on, which is going to be the fun part. Yay. Get back to you with that one. Okay, one side done and glued on. This is what we're sticking with, this design. Now to recreate with the second one. In other words, power of editing. Okay, and that is the second half done. I think so far it is looking pretty good, right? I have managed to keep all the, glued it all on the inside, though I don't really think I need to, and I really only need to glue the ends. I just thought I would, just to make sure that they didn't move, especially because I'm going to have other stuff in between them. But for now, I do believe this is looking pretty good. So, right, we'll go to the next part, which I think will be like figuring out what I'm going to be doing with the ribbons. And also, I'm going to be putting a string on it. Imagine that, a string on a bow. Wow. Okay, we're back. Right, so we're going to be putting the string on the bow. Would I say this is better lighting? Probably not. We're in my room today. Deal with it. Right, we have white and gold. We're going to be chucking that on the bow. I guess montage time. I don't know. Let's just crack on with it. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. And I think I'm going to twist these together. So let's give that a go, I guess. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is instead of just tying these up as they are like that, I am actually going to be... I'm going to be twisting them up, so this is the sort of pattern that we have, and then I'll tie it up twisted like so. Okay, so here we are, the final result of the string actually going on the bow, and now we have something that actually, like, resembles a bow. Imagine that, eh? You know, and now when we put it back, it actually looks like we pulled the bow back. So, we're getting somewhere now. So I will probably pizzazzle it tomorrow, but not for you guys, because long-form video editing, you know the gist. Okay, so apology that there isn't much more to this. I believe I didn't sleep the night before. Probably my fault, but who knows? I already forgot. So we are just putting some ribbons on the middle part. I did also do some ribbons on the ends of the bow as well to try and pizzazzle the whole thing. But I didn't end up filming that. I'm not sure why, but I didn't end up filming it. So, sorry about that. Bow stick. Okay, so this is actually me while editing. Apologies for the terrible quality. I don't really have great lighting. I don't have lights, and it's also like 9:30 at night, so deal with it. But this is what we've got. We finally have a cool ass bow, string, looks pretty pizzazzled, you know, nothing overboard, as I don't want to go too over the top, but I did just want something that, you know, I think, you know, for a bow, which to be fair, costed me like, if you break it down, instead of having just like everything that I bought together, honestly, this probably only cost me like a couple of quid to make. I found the stick on my own, I think it all down, like, I probably used a couple of quid's worth of material, so I think, for a couple of quid's worth of material, the bow has come out pretty well, to be honest with you, so I am quite happy with that. I'm quite happy it turns out, so we'll get to some other projects soon, but until then, I'll see you guys later, and if you have watched this far, hi, also, bye, also, bow stick!